What is yarn? Well, to make yarn, we start with fiber. This could be animal-based, such as merino, plant-based, such as bamboo, and we get the fiber and we spin it. As we spin it, it adds twist to the fiber. And that is basically how yarn is created. So now that we know a little bit about the structure of yarn, let's talk more about that structure and how we can use it in selecting yarn for our upcoming projects. Let's talk about the structure called a single. So a single, think of it as one thread. So it's one piece of fiber that has been spun or twisted to create the yarn. Now, this is an example of Cowgirl Blues, which is an Aran weight single, but they come in a variety of different weights. Now, this is a fingering weight, Madeline Tosh. Here's a fingering weight Hedgehog Fibers. But you can see the structure's pretty uniform throughout. Looks very smooth. Now singles, depending on the material, can be quite shiny and very soft. But this structure can pill. So for hard-wearing garments such as sweaters, things that are going to get a lot of use, such as gloves, this may not be the best material for that type of project. But they are great for scarves, hats, and other accessories, such as shawls. Let's talk a little bit about plied yarn. Now, plied yarn can come in a variety of different materials. This is a kid mohair silk, and it's very, very fine. But with a plied structure, you will see this little chain like detail on the structure of the yarn. Here's another example, Muse 2320. So you can see the chain-like structure. Of the yarn. So what is a ply? Well, a ply is made up of singles. So if you remember, this guy is an example. He had a friend. Here's his friend. It's also a single. They were twisted together, and when you twist the singles together, that is what makes a ply. Now, plies come in a variety of different numbers. So this is Bronco Vintage, and you can see I've just untwisted it to pull it apart a little bit to see how many are in here. And you can see this is a 4-ply yarn. So 4 singles were spun together to make this yarn. Now, as another example, here's an Egyptian cotton, which was spun together. And this, in comparison, again, you see that chain-like structure? This structure is a little bit finer, and a little more round. The more plies the yarn has, the rounder that structure will become. So in this particular one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 singles that were spun together to make this particular plied yarn. Now let's talk a little bit about the twist direction. So in these 2 yarns, you can see the twist direction is going this way for the Braco, and the twist direction for this one is leaning towards the right. So the Braco is leaning to the left, the Egyptian cotton is leaning to the right. What I mean by that is if you can see that ridge, see this ridge is the top is from the right, top to the right, right, and it's leaning up to the right. In comparison, this one is leaning off to the left. So what does this mean when we're selecting yarn? So one way to find out which direction the yarn is to twist it. Now, if you're adding twist to it, that's the direction it was plied. So in this case, I am moving my hand to the right, which would be counterclockwise. So this was plied counterclockwise, which would be an S twist. In contrast, again, I'm going to twist this one. And if I twist it the same way I was just twisting the other, you see it's removing twist from the yarn. It's separating the yarn. So I have to go in the opposite direction, which will be clockwise. And you can see clearly as I twist it, it's adding more twist back in to the yarn. So this is what's called a Z twist. So if you're not sure about your yarn, check out yarnsub.com. Sometimes it will tell you the direction or the S or Z twist in your yarn. But when in doubt, twist it to find out. So this is my Z twist friend. This is an S twist friend. Now, singles are also, remember, twisted in a direction. Now you can find out the direction by, again, twisting the yarn to find out. So I'm starting by going clockwise. Now this is adding twist to the yarn. So if I go counterclockwise for this one, you'll see it's taking the twist out of the yarn. So I know that when this one was spun, it was spun in a clockwise direction, and clockwise would make this a Z twist single. So this will hang out my friend over here. So this is Cowgirl Blues, by the way. This is Braco Vintage, and this is an Egyptian cotton, which was spun. But that is how to find the twist direction.